first off extend an apology on the behalf of me and what I stand for, because, you know, I'm one that's fair, and I never want to put any race down or any people down. And, you know, my post was definitely not intended for anybody of any race to feel any type of way, especially the Jewish community. When I posted what I posted, I definitely didn't mean it to the extent that you guys took it. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm, you know, very apologetic.
And we might as well move on to the next topic that we have here on the agenda. Eagles' DeSean Jackson receives backlash after posting anti-Semitic messages on Instagram. I want to start off with Kenny C over here, because he's the one that brought the topic to me, because I didn't know nothing about it until he brought it up.
Yeah.
Kenny C told to me, man. What do you think about this?
All right, so first let's just retract here and look at what DeSean Jackson said, just so people know.
I got it here.
You have it? All right.
Yeah.
So
basically, it was saying the Jews will blackmail America. They will extort America. They plan for world domination won't work if the Negroes know who they are. Well, we can go ahead, Kenny C. Talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like what the hell made him want to do that? Like, what made him say, all right, one day I'm just gonna screenshot a Hitler passage and throw it on my Twitter, because that sounds like a great idea. So I don't know what the hell he's thinking, and I'm gonna pull it up right here. I actually have a tweet that I really liked that I saw Matthew Berry tweet earlier today, and I got it for you guys. My thing wants to load, and I agree with this statement fully. Matthew Berry tweeted today, has any current NFL player come out yet denouncing DeSean Jackson? I haven't seen anyone, but maybe I missed someone. You're either against all hate or you are not. It's not a pick and choose proposition. And I couldn't have said it better myself. Like, you know, you can't go out there and support one movement of anti-racism and then be racist to another group in the next. Like, it doesn't work like that. You either denounce hate as a whole or just, like, don't say anything at all, man. Like, that's just, to me, it's just ridiculous that he would even say that.
I mean, to be
honest,
I'm honest with you guys, I don't condone what he did. I don't condone what he said. What he did was completely wrong. But let's not forget, Riley Cooper, a former Philadelphia Eagle. I would say about 6-7 years ago, he said something racist at a concert. So, you know, let's not have double standards now. We're like, okay, we're going to get on what's his name case, DeSean Jackson case, for like speaking his mind, but yet Riley Cooper did something similar towards, you know, African Americans. So all I'm saying is, hey, let's keep in perspective that there was a similar incident that happened like this years back.
I would say this: you have to have completely lost your mind to quote anything Adolf Hitler has ever said. All right, I don't care if he said one thing good in that evil man life. The man is fairly evil. I mean, to my understanding, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Kenny C. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Ken. But to my understanding and knowledge, there's no evil man in this world that I know of more evil than Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, what the hell are you doing, man? You can't say anything Hitler said. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% about this either, but I think if you mention Hitler's name in Germany, pretty sure, like, it's illegal. I'm not 100%, but like,
no, it's true. It's true. It is true. If you
what the hell are you doing? Like,
exactly. So I'm guessing he can't go to Germany anytime soon. So even if he had that in his vacation plans, you need to scratch that out.
Yes.
But at the same time, you can't quote anything Hitler has said. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I do have a problem with those is obviously these comparisons. Who said what most? That was worse, this and that. I just think if you want to compare Drew Brees with his comments, I feel like both guys were just ignorant. I don't think DeSean Jackson is racist, because even in the video he said he was trying to highlight and enlighten African Americans, but in this case he was ignorant to the Jews. So there could be a scenario where you try to lift one up by closing the door for the other. Same thing with Drew Brees. lift my community up, the people that think like me with the flag, but be oblivious to what that means to the black people and the people that was kneeling. So I feel like with his statement, which was obviously out of context and uneducated, because you cannot quote Hitler. If I'm making a speech about any empowerment, I am not quoting Hitler. That's the last thing, and that won't even be the last thing. I just want to do it, period.
Exactly.
So he messed his stuff up by even saying that, and it kind of debunked what he probably actually meant to say. Mm-hmm. And that's why you got to be careful with what you say and how you say it, and just be respectable to other people that are listening to you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And I think that's what it is.
Especially in this generation, like we know, like if you post something racist and whatnot, like a tweet, whatever it is, like 7 years ago, someone could easily dig that up and find that and use that against you. So like to take to social media and do something like that, like it's just like you don't think people are gonna notice that, like. And I do agree with you. You know, on both sides with the Breeze argument too. Both of these individuals were obviously ignorant to the other side here. So I agree with you with that.
And I'm gonna be honest with you too. With social media itself, you know, we have to be mindful. Not just only athletes, but us too. Because you know, golf, just like you said, Kenny C. You know, people could really dig up things from years ago, like where like you think that.
Bro, things that you wrote when you was 10 years old, and you completely changed your life. You don't have those same rhetoric. Bro, half of the stuff I thought about when I was 10, I don't even think now.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we do live in a dangerous society in that aspect where people do make mistakes. We are human. We make mistakes. Let's not act like the people that run this country is so daggone perfect either. I'm not going whatever. I'm just saying. So we all make mistakes. And I think what D-Jax did while he made that Instagram post was make a mistake, uninformed, uneducated mistake. I didn't think he meant malicious intent, and that's my opinion, because he could have. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's smart to post. I don't know anybody who will quote Hitler, to be honest with you. And so that shocks me right there. But that's why I don't get on these athletes when they don't speak out, when everybody be like, oh, you black, so why you not speaking out on black issues? Because sometimes they just not informed, and they will make themselves look stupid by saying something. Exactly. So if you don't want to say it, and that's not your calling, then don't. You can donate. Ain't nothing wrong with donating. That's saying, that's doing more than saying. Right. That's action. But if you don't know what to say, then brother, you got to sit this one out.
Yep, exactly. It's always good to be safe than sorry.
Honestly, for those people calling for his head on a platter, for those people who saying he should be kicked off the team, I think that's a little bit too excessive and ridiculous. You know, he made an uninformed comment. It wasn't smart. I'm not a fan of it, but at least allowed his brother to learn from his mistake. And just like how we giving Drew Brees a second chance, I'm forgiving Drew Brees for his mistake. He apologized. DeSean Jackson apologized. Yeah, you could have said it could have been an hour apology because he quoted Hitler and it was only 2 minutes long. Apology is an apology. You know what I'm saying? For crying out loud, Mike Gundy read off a teleprompter. Okay? You know what I'm saying? But in his apology. So at least allow his brother to have some type of class where he educates himself and let him do some charity work when it comes to equality. At least allow that.
Well said, Real Lil. Well said, my boy.
And it seems like we just keep the ball rolling with issues of this nature, similar type of things. I know we just mentioned before the whole thing with Drew Brees. And now here, the Dallas Cowboys defensive tackle, newly acquired defensive tackle, Dontae Poe, says that he will likely kneel during the anthem, and he calls out Jerry Jones on his silence on racism. So, Leo, I think you have more on this?
Yes, sir. So, basically, I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna start it off. Point blank, period. The fact of the matter is, I did say a segment ago that I don't think all athletes should, speak out if they're not informed or if they don't want to because they may not have the right rhetoric or idea. However, it's a shame from a sense that he's the first and only Dallas Cowboy member to speak up against Jerry Jones' silence throughout this whole Black Lives Matter movement, which is unreal. Because when you look at Jerry Jones, he has something to say about everything. Oh, I lost my dog. He'll go on his radio show and talk about that. He'll talk about everything. He's
Talking
the only
about-
owner, as far as I'm concerned.
Showering and thinking about Des Bryant in the shower.
He's the only owner I know that has a radio show. He's very. You could almost talk to him about anything.
Right.
But when it comes to the Black Lives Matter movement, he's silent. Not to mention that when everybody was kneeling during the national anthem, he told his team, "Yeah, you're not going to do that." He didn't say, "Oh, okay, I will support anybody." I may not agree with it, but if my fellow player want to go and kneel, then I'm for it.
Yeah, he pretty much threatened, like, to my knowledge, he pretty much threatened, like, you're not going to play. If you do
Exactly.
that. So he pretty much infringed on the right to free speech.
Exactly. So the fact that he's the only one, this guy right here, the fact that he's the only guy that's actually speaking out, and not the quarterback, not the running back, all right, the guy that wants to get paid the big bucks, is speaking out. It really is bad.
Now, I will say this. Like we talked about on past shows, when we talked about the whole Drew Brees thing and stuff like with Gundy and all that, these players, while they do definitely have the podium and the platform to speak about things that need to be spoken about or that, we feel should be spoken about, it is their right to not speak out. Now, I'm not saying, oh, you shouldn't speak out, but I'm saying, like, it is Dak's right, it is Zeke's right not to speak out. But, I'm not disagreeing with Poe speaking out because it is his right.
I got a question, Kenny C. And I honestly understand your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But you mean to tell me nobody other than this guy right here, Devontae Poe, you think the rest of that roster don't feel the same? That rest of that African-American roster don't feel the same? I'm like, why is this guy silent now? You think they don't feel the type of way? You think they don't see that?
That's definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So I know they see that. But it goes back to the Colin Kaepernick days. He was the only one kneeling. Now everybody want to kneel. Why wasn't they kneeling before? Because they didn't want to lose that paycheck.
Right.
They didn't want to use that right. So that's why they kneeling now. Now it's a trend. Now everybody want to kneel. Baker Mayfield, I want to kneel. You was in the league 2 years. You ain't kneel.
There may definitely well be, too, the whole fear thing. Because like we just said.
Oh, that's a big part of it.
Jones flat out said, you're not going to play if you kneel. So, like, guys like Dak and Zeke, especially, Zeke and Dak, who want to get paid, they definitely want to play. But I do agree with you, has nobody else thought the same as Poe? And this is a guy that just joined the team.
Right.
That's going to speak out.
This offseason, yeah.
Exactly.
So that's a good point.
So the fact that a guy that just joined that team during this offseason is the one saying something, I mean.
And I'm going to be honest with you, this is the first time I'm now hearing about this. I just found out today that a Dallas Cowboy standing up against Jerry Jones. This is the first time in the 22 years I've been on this earth I've ever seen somebody call out Jerry Jones on his BS. Well, I like what he's doing. I like that he took initiative and took a stand. Trying to make a change.
And
go ahead.
No, you can finish.
No, I say for him to make a change in that Dallas Cowboys locker room.
Mm-hmm.
But he has to keep in mind he's an owner. These owners have more power than the players. So in my opinion, I do support his idea, but at the same time too, I do believe that it might not end well, in my opinion.
And look, I love that you just said that because that segued perfectly into the next point I was going to make. The true colors of Jerry Jones are going to shine bright whenever the season does kick off, because obviously you know what's going on. His colors are going to shine bright if and when his players do start kneeling. If he goes and says you're not playing, whatever he's going to come out and say, like, there could be huge backlash for him.
Oh yeah,
huge backlash. So I'm definitely interested to see how he handles it, because I know a lot of teams out there, a lot of organizations are saying, we're condoning, you guys can kneel, we're all with it. So I'm definitely interested to see what he does if a player does kneel. And Devontae Poe looks like he's going to kneel.
I mean, it's pretty much obvious how Jerry Jones feels, because almost everybody made statements. Whether or not the statements missed the mark, I saw a lot of statements where I was like, huh? Really? Especially my daggone Knicks. Huh? Really?
Oh, yeah.
James Dolan? I mean, don't even get me started, but they dysfunctional. We all know that. So it didn't surprise us. But the fact that he ain't say nothing, it already tells me all I need to know. He basically said everything by saying absolutely nothing. And going into this season, when we're going to have this, who's kneeling, who's not, it's going to show a lot. It's going to be in the forefront of America. You're going to see guys that is not kneeling, and, you know, people going to be like, okay, I see how he thinks. Whether or not that's right, because that's his American right to stand also, it's still going to show people where people are in the status of social injustice and in the American flag and supporting the country and not supporting the country. It's going to show a whole lot this upcoming season. And guess what, guys? I can't wait to see it. Give me the popcorn.
Yeah,
Give me the popcorn.
It's gonna be it's gonna have TMZ written all over it. They're gonna eat this stuff up.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all get your popcorns, get your 3D glasses, because we're in for a good one.